Good afternoon. It's February 18th, 2025, and today, I'm looking at it as a range day, but it looks like we have about two legs down. Uh, the second leg was not as big as the first leg, I don't think. Yeah. So we came up a little short of that, 13. So about 5 points short of a measured leg. But that's how I'm looking at this. So let's look at the daily chart real quick. We broke out of this triangle and there is resistance here at this price level. So not only do first time breakouts usually fail, we also have resistance here. So if it fails, there's a lot of reason for it to fail. Uh, and let's take a look at a higher time frame. So this is the 6,500 tick chart, and all we have is, just yeah, two legs down again. If you're looking at like this, if you look at this, it looks like we, broke out to the high side, failed, broke out to the low side, failed. So we're just back in this range. So anyway, whoops. Yeah, this is the range I was playing maybe on Friday or so. But anyway, uh, it looked like this potentially was a range that was being played in the overnight. And we broke out and hit a measured move, came back, hit a second entry, uh, tested that high again, made a new high before selling off into this spike and channel down. And so let's see when 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock comes in as we're correcting back to the EMA. So, some people might just buy this because it looks like we're in a channel up and they're expecting a spike in channel. And they might be taking this long for a new high. And that's exactly what happened. You can see a bunch of buying came in, boom, hit a new high, and they took profits. It went sideways, and then all of a sudden we get a spike in channel. So I'm not crazy about any of going short in here. First entry, second entry, nothing really here either because there's this level of support. Once we break through that very easily, you do get a second entry short, but by max rules, this signal bar is no good. Then we bottom out here. So you do get a double test here. And if you see that we hit this, oh, I was going to say if you see that we hit this measured move, but uh, the reason I drew this range was I think because of this lower half. So not quite sure uh, about what I was going to say here, but basically this is a double test. We form this price level, test it once, test it twice. You get a big bull bar here. There's reasons to like that. And there's many more reasons to like it if you enter below this bar that closed with a bull body to get a better limit order here. Bounce again. And then we drop here. So I was liking going long here because it felt like we were trying to reverse. You have this move up that seemed kind of it's we didn't get a break of this channel, but this was strong enough to form some pretty big bull bars. But then you get this move up, and now it's looking like we're going sideways, so we're due for a breakout. And so maybe you take this big bull bar here, but I don't like the stem on top. And for all these reasons, it fails right here. Maybe you consider this one, but you're gonna have to go for more than a scalp here, in my opinion, because you're kind of going counter trend. We just made a new high. But anyway, we come back to this, make a higher low, boom, bounce. Do you take this failure? I don't see why not. But the problem is you want to go for a big reward. After this bear bar, I think you have to get out, unfortunately. So, you know, you almost got a big reward, 38.50. It went up almost 5 points on you, and then you're going to have to only take 2 points. And that's hard to do. Anyway, more sideways stuff. I don't think you want to jump in here. I don't think you want to take this bear bar. And we come down, come back to the EMA, and there's reasons to like this one for a scalp. High or low, boom. But also, price has got to break out of this range at some point. And you get this lower high, and now prices have tested the EMA a couple of times. And I was looking at this, and I was like, well, prices tested the EMA a couple of times here, too. And you see here, you get like a double test to the low side. Um, so people might have gone short there, but something else to consider, you got a doji here, a doji here, doji here, doji here. There's a lot of dojis, but I mean, I'm looking at this, you got dojis here too. But for some reason, I like this. It's a lower high. Think about this. This isn't really a lower high. This is clearly a lower high. So I do kind of like this one. And then we make this double bottom. So, I mean, this is definitely one you have to go for like 2 times your risk. And that's a big move. So, what high, low? About 4. So, you're going to have to go for 8 points here, 22.50. And we went beyond that. Um, and again, I don't know if I would advise someone to exit here. This is not a very strong, convincing bear move. Whereas here, this bear bar is just as big as this one. But these bull bars this bull bar is very strong. You get a doji after that, but it's got a body, and then you have a very strong bull bar after that, and then you have a pretty strong bull bar here, despite it having some long stems. So those were my thoughts about today's price action. Uh, one last look. Let's take a look at the weekly. So last week did close bullish, but we're at this level of resistance. We'll have to see how that goes. And there's the daily chart. So I hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.